Welcome to A Word from the Word for February 2nd. Today's passage, Galatians chapter 2. Today's key verse, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Galatians chapter 2 verse 20. Today's word from the Word, shedding the old self.
To live by faith in Christ means more than simply a passive faith. It means that we no longer live for ourselves. Instead, Christ lives in us, transforming our actions and giving us a new purpose. In today's verse, Paul reveals a profound spiritual truth. Our old self, once bound by sin, has been crucified with Christ. This signifies that we share in Christ's death and resurrection, finding our identity and purpose in Him. When you place your trust in Jesus, you become united with Him in a profound way. This union includes sharing in His death and resurrection. Just as Christ died for sin, your old self, enslaved by sin, has been put to death with Him. This concept is often referred to as dying to self or crucifying the flesh. It means abandoning old ways of thinking and living and adopting a new life centered on Christ and His righteousness. This is an ongoing process as we continuously shed the old self and embrace the new self in Christ. Abandoning old ways of thinking and living involves letting go of habits, behaviors, and mindsets that are not aligned with your faith and values, such as self-centeredness, sinful habits, negative thinking, unforgiveness, fear, and worry. This doesn't imply that we become perfect or sinless. Rather, it means that sin no longer has control over us. Although we may still experience desires that conflict with our faith, we are no longer slaves to those desires and have newfound strength to choose to do right. Think of it like a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. The caterpillar's old life is replaced by something beautiful and new. Similarly, our old self has died with Christ, and through His resurrection, we become beautiful new creations, living by His power and grace. Reflect on the areas of your life where you might be living for yourself instead of Christ. Ask God to help you surrender these areas to Him. Embrace the reality that Christ lives in you, guiding and empowering you to live a life of faith and obedience. Make daily decisions that reflect this transformation. May the Lord fill you with a deep understanding of your identity in Christ. As you embrace this truth, may you be empowered to live by faith, reflecting His love and grace in all you do. Go forth, knowing that Christ lives in you, transforming you for His glory.